right behind me.
Yes.
And that's
Go
something
off.
I just want to kind of tell y'all.
Go off.
I got a little
Go off,
thing.
Glenn.
I will happily get this video copyright claimed for Fuego if it does get copyright.
Yikes, but I don't want to get this podcast copyright claim too, so let's pause the video. I'm just running through the last rendition, making sure everything's edited right. So I'm going to pause this real quick while I'm listening to this clip. It's rad. It's hella rad. Check it out on my Twitter or this video right here. Ah! Special place. Wrong, now we could go and cry. Oh, 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 this child of mine. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's it. Oh, shoot, my bad.
Yeah, and that's all the video I was happy to get because all those people.
All the video I was happy to get.
Like 20 of the 50 best friends I made this past
Amen.
week.
I agree 100%. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. There's a minute left of this. That's flawless. Perfect. There's no there's absolutely no text in this. I wonder if anyone will notice. But hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Daily Dose of Glenn. This is episode 2. Happy to have a name for it now. I ran through a couple renditions of names actually. I thought about doing what did I think about doing it? I had a couple of names. Oh, shoot. No, now I forgot them. Oh, no. Well, I have them written down somewhere in here. Show all. Let's go to the JPEG 1. Is that it? No, that's Daily Dose of Yikes. This one. This is it. Oh, I thought about the disposable daily, but then I remembered the clip that I said practically where I was like, oh no, I don't want to call it disposable because blah blah blah, these aren't disposable, and I still want to live by that. So I decided to call it Daily Dose of Glenn, which has a lot of implications and a lot of really cool facts that we could just throw out to y'all right now. I don't have any of those facts right now, but while I'm sitting here, I'm actually going to get on Roblox, and I'm going to mute it. But so practically what we're going to talk about today is Camp Fuego. Oh yeah, but I forgot to mention the other name that I wanted to do. So have y'all ever seen Star Trek? This podcast is really all over the place. Jeez. Have y'all ever seen Star Trek? Like Next Generation, any of them. Whenever they open up, they say Captain's Log, Stardate, blah, 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 blah. Well, I thought about calling this Captain's Log, Stardate, Summer of 2019, which is just hella nerdy of me, but I really liked that name, because Star Wars, or Star Trek, shoot, I'm gonna get roasted, for what, I don't really care, but both of those were a big part of my childhood, but Star Trek was something that me and my dad watched a lot whenever I was younger, and I think it's just a big part of, everything that, I associate with. It shaped me as a person. Captain Picard is my hero. Let me just accept all these things. All these friend requests. Hey guys, if y'all want to add me on Roblox, DisneyMan800, y'all can hit me up there. I'm about to get on a game called Dungeon Quest. It's casual. Oh, I'm so ashamed. But no. So why Camp Fuego impacted me so much? Why I love Camp Fuego so much, and a question that I didn't get to answer on my main story was from a camper of the week and camper of the day named Evan, who is just this amazing, super I don't know how to describe him, godly dude. He said, why do you staff at Fuego? And there are many reasons why I staff at Fuego. One of them being that I just want to give back to the place that changed my life. And I kind of want to, in this podcast, I kind of want to dive into why Fuego changed my life and why I decided to staff there. So let's head on in. Add I don't add sound effects. I try to make this as unedited as possible, unless there's just some extremely offensive clip that I just had in yesterday's. Oh my gosh, let me just tell you. I'm not going to tell you because there really wasn't anything, but no. So I went to Fuego in 2012. My mom tried to smuggle me in with my youth pastor my 6th grade year, because she had heard how impactful it was, and all my friends were going and everything, because I'm a year younger than all of them. except Lucas Glenn, who graduated with me and is the co-host of my other podcast. For some reason, he just decided to move up early and not have to deal with the, I don't know, 6th graders. But he got to go like so many years. But I just, my mom tried smuggling me in. She heard how impactful it was. And then I finally, that was in 2011. But in 2012, between that, like when she tried to smuggle me in and whenever I actually got to go, a lot of like stuff went down that like affected me like mentally. And like I like started struggling with like suicide and depression and all those things. You think I would list those in the reverse order that I did? And it was just because I had lost a lot of family members that year, and it was just a really, really tough year for me. And I felt like nothing could ever go my way after that. Like my entire life was building up to nothing. But I don't feel that way anymore. And I think if you are feeling that way, you should really just open up to the people who are around you, like your friends. If you don't feel comfortable opening up to them, open up to your mom. And if you really don't feel comfortable opening up to any of them, I really think that opening up to somebody just really like so they can help you, because people do help regardless of how you feel about other people. Like I was antisocial, so it just wasn't easy for me to open up about that. And when I went to Fuego, I found out that all these like other like people that I looked up to like struggled with a lot of the same stuff I did. And it was weird for me to feel so connected to all these people who I didn't want to connect with. It was like God was just moving in my heart, and I rededicated. Like I had grown up in church, so I guess I rededicated my life, even though I never thought I was really saved. So it's just like ever since then, my faith has been on like this constant like roller coaster. Actually, I wrote a post about it 2 years ago, which I will read because it came up on my story. It came up on my suggested whatever 1 year ago today, 3 days ago. I want to actually read this post. Can I click on this post? No, I can't. But it should be unprivated. I want to read to you what Camp Fuego 2018 did for me. 2018 has been a complete roller coaster. I have been without purpose, without friends, and without meaning until this week. I had realized that God's plan A was my plan B, and whether sorry, I'm dyslexic and I have a horrible time reading in front of people, which is why there's nobody in this room. That's such a horrible joke. Whether that is through the messages, the life-changing talks with my DG, hashtag DG52, shout out to Jeff Lewis. No, that's Jeff Luce, and but I was talking about Jeff Martin. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff's the GOAT. Or sitting down for lunch with Lane Craig, who's just a great dude. What a slap. Or my amazing conversations with my youth group, High Point Baptist Youth. Shout out to them if you ever need a place to go and you're from Cedar Hill or anything like that. Even if you're not, you should definitely check us out. We're great. But basically what I said is I'm so thankful for everyone at Fuego, and I'm praying that we will stay strong with the Lord and that we will remain in the gospel. And that's just the one I have unprivated. I probably have tons of posts like that, but I really like that. Like that's something that I very much I want to just reemphasize that my life is not perfect. I am not perfect at all. In fact, in between that and everything that I was in between that and this year of Fuego, I wrote this short story just to show you what it feels like to be in the valley. So Camp Fuego I consider a mountaintop, right? Where you're surrounded by like-minded believers and these people who all just love God with all their heart and just want you to grow. And you want to grow and you go there to grow, and it's like it's this great thing, but a lot of times I was not prepared to come back from that. And this is how I started to feel like later on. This is from my book that I'm writing. So this is a short story from my book, or a short page, whatever you want to call it. It's called Like Days, Then Weeks, Then Months, Then Years. I sit here in what looks like a cage that I assume is locked from the inside, which is odd, you might be thinking, and you'd be right. And when I try to open the wiry door, voices seem to reverberate within the cage from every angle, like I'm at war with 4,000-pound bombs dropping all around me, and I retreat back to the center of the cage, and I'm praying, I'm screaming, and I'm crying and lashing out, but it never seems to stop. It never seems to go away. And I remember there being others here with me, others who made the voices seem quiet, others who helped me come and go, others who all seemed to be growing up, and others who slowly stopped understanding why I wasn't able to stand. Then they were the others who left, and now it's just me, myself, and I in my own private hell. And slowly but surely, I feel the floor getting closer and closer. I cry out for help for what seems like days, then weeks, then months, then years. Then nobody came, and I feel my body hit the floor, and I can't move. I lose the starving feeling that I felt in my stomach, and I lose all desire to sleep, and I don't thirst for water. Then as I look up into the sky from within my self-made prison, I see the final bomb heading for its target. Me. Yeah, that's it. It's very, I don't know, it comes from a place of like, because it comes from this place. I wrote this underneath it. I begin to listen to the bombs that happen to be words, and the words shout out and stand out to me are unwanted, unowned, abandoned, undesirable, unheard, hypocrite, dispensable, worthless, undeserving. And those are the lies of the world. Never give up. That's me outside of who I am as like a believer. That's what I go through like whenever I am at my mentally lowest. I wrote that on the night of my 19th birthday. I had just been going through a lot, and it's just like I felt abandoned by everyone that I thought wouldn't abandon me. And it was like right after that, like right after I finished writing that I started praying about it, and God just like all those people started like weren't gone. That I just felt them, like they texted me, started like all these things started happening, and it just reminded me of like what the gospel is. And the gospel, for those of you who don't know, the gospel is the good news. It's that the fact that Jesus came and died for you and me, and it's the best gift you can ever receive, and it's free. There's no strings attached. There's nothing you can do to make yourself better for that purpose. It is free. It's something that is so beyond me, and it's something that you need to know, and you don't even have to pay. Like, you get to live, you get to live forever with Jesus, with God, and it's free. And you might be thinking, like, what if, well, you're wrong. Like, there's no God. There's nothing. There's nothing out there. Well, what do you get if you're wrong? What do you get if you're wrong? You live your life, you enjoy doing whatever it is you do, and then you're gone. But what do I get? What do we get for believing? We get eternity with Christ. We get happiness here on earth. We get joyfulness for eternity. And that beats everything that I could gain here on earth by not. And that doesn't mean, like, don't have fun. Like, there are some people, like, who believe that, like, the Bible is, like, just a set of rules, and that's all the Bible is. It's just, like, the do's and don'ts of the Bible. And, yes, there are some don'ts in the Bible, but, like, something that I began to realize is that, like, I'm not alone in the fire, and the fire doesn't burn for no reason. So whatever I'm going through here, and however far I run into that fire, however much it burns, that I am not alone in that. that no matter how miserable I am, no matter how worthless I feel, I'm not alone in that. And it took me a long time to get to the place where I feel comfortable talking about my faith on like a I don't want to call this a pedestal, but like on social media and on something that's not Instagram, like my YouTube channel. I don't like bringing my faith into all of that. I didn't, at least, and I don't think that's how I should be living it, because then I wouldn't be living for Christ. I would just be doing it for me, and that's not how I want to live my life. Even though like these are for me, these are for fun. And to help me grow. But like that's something that Camp Fuego taught me from started teaching me. I felt like a call to like ministry in like 12th grade. And when I was 12 years old, I wanted to be a pastor because that was the only way I knew how to serve. And like Kenny Dean, who's the preacher I've heard every year, he's impacted my life so many times. And I don't think I could ever convey that enough to him. I convey it to him every year that I see him. But he was the person that impacted me the most, and I wanted to do that for other people. And the only way I knew how to do that was through doing what he does, and he's a pastor. So for like until I was like 15, it was Pastor Jake. And then my parents got a divorce, and then I wasn't Pastor Jake anymore. And like my faith kind of went off the rails because it wasn't, I didn't have like those examples that I had before. And that's not anybody's fault. Like stuff like that happens, and I don't hold it a grudge or anything. Why would I? But like it's because of those situations and because I went off the rails that I value my faith so much more, because I've never been happier than with God. And basically, why I enjoyed staffing and why I staffed at Fuego was to feel that joy that I felt every year for a week, and to give back to be what my DG leaders were to me, to other kids. Yeah. So just a couple of like things that were fun at Fuego. If you're listening to this on YouTube, you might have been seeing a slideshow in the background of Pumbaa, a whole bunch of staffers with Pumbaa underneath like the title of the card or whatever. And that's Pumbaa. I made him at Camp Fuego with some friends. He's a Build-A-Bear. He's Pumbaa with one A. The Pumbaa from Lion King has two A's, so he's not really that cool. There's this picture of him and the bear called Roscoe, who is the other mascot, who is the mascot for Fuego. He's a bear shark. It's hella rad. But and then I got like these ugly yellow Crocs, not ugly, beautiful yellow Crocs that I call waffles. And they're just a lot of fun. And I remember I came back with those waffles, and there was like a hit or miss with people. It was either they absolutely loved them and they fit in real well with camp culture, but I still wear them, and I'm home now for 2 weeks at this point. Yikes. But I still wear them, and I love my waffles. And then I love my Pumbaa too. Pumbaa sits on my nightstand in my room. I would sleep with him every night and give him like his own bed, but on his nightstand he has like a bed, like a house, the Build-A-Bear house. He sleeps in that. And I just I don't know. I just want to convey the fact that like I had a blast this summer. Like there are so many people I met. Like I don't want to start naming people because then I'm gonna feel bad if I leave someone out, and I'm horribly forgetful. But we have group me's for every week, and I could literally go through the group me's and like put in everything that like, and just talk and literally read off every name, because I had almost an impactful. I can't talk because I'm emotional. I had an impactful moment with almost every person there, and I'm so incredibly grateful for everyone there. And yes, I pray that I will have the opportunity to staff next year. So let me just, I don't know what to do now. I got really, really hyped for a moment. Let's see. Do I have any notes? Oh, I can talk about like, so they do this thing, called, I was the social media intern. They do this thing called Spintern. Social media intern, and I did that the week of ETBU. And let me just tell you, I have so much respect for everyone who's done that before me. I walked 55 miles the week of ETBU. just walking around taking pictures, posting on the story and everything. Like I was the only person taking pictures of like 600 students, and I loved it. I loved every moment of it. It was just super, just a lot of walking. But I had the opportunity to like meet a whole lot of campers, and junior senior late night was bomb. Shout out to all the juniors and seniors I met. Awesome people. But there was this one night where there was a piece of cardboard on the ground that was left over from like the boat races we do. And I ran onto it, and like I was running like not full speed, probably. It wasn't enough running room. I was running onto it. I was running, and then I like went and jumped on it, and it just like wiped out instantly. Just like that. And it hurt a lot. But then this girl named Gracie got onto it and was like doing like a whole surfs up thing around the room, and it was hella rad. I mean, yeah, that's hella rad. So yeah, Camp Fuego. Again, let me reiterate, Camp Fuego changed my life, and I'm so thankful for that. Don't forget, you're not alone in the fire. It's currently 11 o'clock at night, and I'm 22 minutes into this podcast, or 21 minutes and 30 seconds right now. And I had a great time. I love talking to each and every one of you, but I am wiped, and I have a long day of vlogging tomorrow, so I need to upload this and get going. So thank you guys so much for listening. I know listening to a 20-minute podcast of me ranting isn't the most fun thing in the world, but I hope you enjoyed it still. If you did, if you could drop a like, and then if you made it this far, go ahead and share it with somebody that you would think would enjoy it or needs to hear it. I am going to tweet out both the links for these, and whenever you like, and then whenever you're done listening to this, you can go hit me up on Twitter at Glenn Sheltons, or click the link down in the description and follow me, and then you can retweet it and then get a shout out in the next video. Or next segment. The person who gets a shout out in this one, you have a possibility. It's like I pick from the people who do it. Yikes! I don't like how much pressure comes with that. I need to go check the person who got a shout out in this one, because I didn't tweet about it. It's just someone that I didn't. It's the person whose question. His name on Instagram is m.2kevan. M2k.evan. And he's just a rad dude. He's one of my favorite campers that I met this summer. So thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and if you didn't like it, I'm sorry. So this has been your daily dose of Glenn. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't checked out my vlog from today, or if you're new to the channel, go ahead and check out both of those videos. There's 3 out now. So, yeah. Thanks, guys, for listening. Peace.